You can scroll
there's
up
hardly
and
What are
any
y'all looking at?
say-
The website for the Anne Frank Museum.
Yeah, they made a museum out of their hiding place. You can take a virtual tour of all the rooms where Anne and her family and friends lived for 2 years.
Freaks me out just thinking about it. I mean, 2 years in that small little space, I'd lose my mind.
But it's better than a concentration camp.
Well, I
right?
mean, she went there too.
Yeah.
But she had 2 years of relative safety in which she got
Yeah.
to live a little more life
Mhm.
and leave behind a powerful record.
Mhm.
That's true.
So should we look at the prompt?
Yeah, I actually have the prompt right here.
Okay.
What can we learn about the Holocaust by examining the day-to-day experiences of one victim? What do Anne Frank's diary entries show us about the way individuals respond in a time of chaos or danger? Write at least 200 words exploring the changes in Anne's life and what they teach us about her and the Holocaust.
Okay, so there's a lot of questions in there.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
fine.
Why don't we start with the basics? Who is Anne Frank and what is it that we're reading here?
Well, I have some information on that. Anne Frank was born in Frankfurt, which is in Germany, and her family was Jewish. And when the Nazis began invading Germany, Anne Frank's dad moved them to Amsterdam.
Right, but the Nazis were already creeping up on
Yeah.
Amsterdam too, so
Her journal entries dated 1942, so Anne was like
42.
13. then.
Wait, are they all journal entries?
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're all.
what about the kitty person?
Kitty's just what she calls her journal.
Yeah.
Kind of like how I call my car Shack.
You call your
What is
car
it, like a double-decker bus? Or
Ford Focus, 2-door. I think it boosts its self-image.
No,
Okay,
wait.
so why might Anne give her diary a name?
Maybe it makes her feel like she's writing to a real person.
And why would that be important?
Well, she's cooped up in this little annex thing, and it makes her feel less lonely.
Okay, but she's not alone. I mean,
Well,
she could
yeah.
talk to her sister and she could talk to some of those adults. Or there's that kid, Peter, and he's about her age.
But she needs a place where she can dump out all her observations, emotions, and thoughts and not feel like someone's judging her.
And you seem like you relate to that.
No, I think everybody can relate to that, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Everyone needs some sort of place to dump all of their, to privately process stuff.
Okay, so what's Anne processing here, though? I mean, we have these 3 different entries. Why don't we look at each one and figure it out?
Okay.
So, what about the first one? What's that about?
Well, in the first one, she's still free. I mean, she's walking around and stuff,
Okay.
and she's complaining about all the stuff Jews can't do.
Right, like riding streetcars.
Right,
Yeah.
which is ironic because once she's cooped up in that little hiding place of hers, I bet she'd give anything to be able to walk around outside all day.
That's true, but I mean, she's not really like complaining. She has a more positive outlook on things than that. Like how she tells about all the people who are nice to her, like
Yeah.
the ferryman and the dental assistant.
Right, and then she spends some time talking about hello.
Yeah.
Best name ever.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe she kind of has a thing for it a little bit. I don't know. I mean, he seems interested.
It sounds like you're describing a typical journal entry from a typical, if sensitive and observant teenage girl.
I mean, she's facing a couple more obstacles than normal girls, but she seems to be really determined to stay positive.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then what?
Oh, well, in the next one, she talks about how they have to go into hiding, right? Definitely a change in tone there.
Yeah.
Anne seems pretty scared.
Can you give us some examples of that?
Well, she says that she has visions of concentration camps and lonely cells. I mean, Anne knows the dangers that are out there posed to the Jews.
Yeah, well, everyone's scared. Anne even says her sister Margot whispers the news, and she talks about how the long wait for mother, the heat, the suspense, all this reduced us to silence. Well, they were afraid to speak,
This day still resembles normal life. I mean,
Yeah.
the doorbell's still ringing, family members are coming and going. Technically, the Frank family's still in the world.
As opposed to what comes next.
Yeah.
Right? Can someone talk about the final entry?
I can. Well, they're in hiding. It's early days, and Anne seems to be trying to make the best out of the situation she's in, but she also seems like she doesn't really like it that much.
And how can you tell?
Well, here it says, I don't think I'll ever feel at home in this house, but that doesn't mean I hate it. I really like this girl's attitude.
Yeah, me too.